Hello and good morning. We made it to Friday. Whoop, whoop. Hope your guys' week has been treating you well. Mine has. But here we go, y'all. So today is Friday. We're going to talk about money. So in here, we're going to talk about my car payoff, income tax refund, my 1,500 monthly goal. We did meet that. And talk about gap insurance. Good morning, Gemmas. All right, so we did get my paycheck, my fifth Amazon paycheck on the 27th. So today I did get it yesterday. But needless to say, that was $269.90. Okay. So remember when we talked about 1, 2, and 3, we were at $1,397.81. So if we add in here this $269.90 from the fifth Amazon paycheck, we're at $1,667.71 saved for the month of January. Now, I don't know what I plan on doing with the other $167.71. I may put that into the fun category. We'll see. We shall see. But yes, we made our goal. One thing I was trying to do down here, which at the end of it all, I don't know if it makes any sense. It probably doesn't. To me, it doesn't even make any sense because I'm like, this math is not mathing. But what I was trying to do here, I made a video a couple days ago and I was just like, just do not compare yourself when you see somebody saving. Okay, please don't. What I was my whole thought process, what I was trying to get to is, okay, 1,600 saved for the month, but look at this. I've had 1, 2, 3, 4, and if you include the fifth one, okay, technically 5 paychecks. How much of this was included? So the math is probably right. I don't know. I haven't did the other math. But what I was trying to get to is that I have a part-time job. Now, this part-time job, I am not using it for the money. I'm using it as a plan. It was my plan B with my part-time job when I was trying to see about whether or not I was going to get approved for short-term disability. I'm keeping with it because, of course, I've worked at Amazon in the past, and I actually love this position that I'm in, or this warehouse that I'm in. I love the job. I love the shift that I work. It's very easy. The people are very nice. We're a good team. But it also allows me to get out the house, you guys. Okay, I work from home. I've been working. My main job has been work from home for over 10 years. And these jobs, whether it's Amazon or Kohl's, it allows me to get out the house. So, yes, even though I have a full-time job now, I still am using Amazon as a way to get out the house. I canceled my gym membership. So, in turn, Amazon's my gym membership, but Amazon pays me. Okay? But, yeah, that's where I was trying to get to. I'm like, if I did not have this extra income, where would I have been at, right? And then I put down full-time job. But then in here, I paid my insurance in full. So I don't know if the math is really, really correct. Because remember, I paid this in full, which that wouldn't have been the case before. So this amount may not be correct. But if you guys do the math, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, add those all up, that's extra income, okay? And I don't use it for anything if I don't have to. My paychecks covers everything I need. But yeah, I just wanted to sometimes we need reminders, right? Because you see something on paper, sometimes we just need reminders when we're looking at somebody else, be like, oh man, I wish I had that. Can you even do a part-time job? Who wants to do a part-time job? I know I don't want to do a part-time job if I feel like I'm working. No, no. As I mentioned, the reasons why I do pick up part-time jobs, and y'all know why I'm at Amazon. But the other thing I put in here is that I have EBT still. No, November was my last time getting EBT, you guys. we still have over $1,700 still left in me and my son's EBT card. Because when I was part-time, I was eligible for Medicaid and food stamps, and with the food stamps, they were still giving out the emergency allotment. And I will say I could have saved up more, but life is life, and sometimes you just don't want to worry about the numbers. But at the same time, I don't like paying full price for anything. So I was still shopping on a budget, but not calculating it. So I feel like we're almost done with January. So we had December, we had January with no extra benefits from food stamps, right? And we still have 1,700. I think it's 1,750 left. It's not to brag, but I'm just saying, like I've mentioned before in my other videos, just because you get something for free, it doesn't mean just go at it. Still be mindful. Things come to an end, just like right now, right? The emergency allotment is coming to an end, and I think February is going to be the very last one. And then everybody goes back down to their regular amount. Even when I was part-time, me and Jamez would have been eligible for $25. And then in January, they did like the income adjustment or inflation adjustment, whatever you want to call that. And it would have been up to $50. $50 is going to get anywhere from where? You know what I mean? Whereas you were getting 400 and what, $60 or $90 per month. That's a big difference. So people that was getting these extra benefits, I really do hope that they were being mindful with what they were buying, and shopping on a budget. Even though something is free, you get help. Help doesn't last forever, okay? And that's what I always try to teach on my channel. All right, y'all. So that's this. Give me a moment. All right, so let's talk about my income tax refund. So I plugged in everything. I had like 4 W-2s. I had like 10 forms I had to submit, between jobs as well as, my 401k rollover, as well as some other stuff like interest earned on my savings accounts. Anyways, I applied, or I plugged in everything. I think it was probably on Wednesday. I haven't gotten it, as federal and state have said that they have received it. Okay. But at this point, I don't know what the status of it is, but with the numbers, okay, that I filed, I should be getting $4,060 back from federal, and actually $545 back from state. All right. Now with that, that brings us to $4,605. There was a fee between me. The federal would have been free, you guys. I filed my own taxes, and I use TaxSlayer. I've been using them for years. It's very easy. It's similar to all of these other do-it-yourself tax things. But what I like to do, which it doesn't make any sense, I don't know if I'm going to do this in the future. I don't know. Carries over like your information from last year. So like your W-2 information. So like for a company, if you're still with the company versus you having to type in their employee information as well as the address, it carries over. And that's like $19. And then state was like around $40. So it was $59.90 altogether. I just rounded up to $60. So at the end of it all, doing the math and subtracting that, we'll be at $4,545. Okay. Now, when I did the taxes, I was like, oh, let me look to see what my son's car 10-day payoff will be. It would have been $4,323.80. But I was like, you know what? I filed my taxes. I know what it's going to be. The following day, I was just like, you know what? Let me go into my emergency savings. I just call it my savings, and go ahead and make that payment. So as of the 25th, that's what I did. Sorry. And that was $4,320.31. So obviously there's not much of a difference. There's like a $3 difference. So technically what will be left over afterwards, I will still have money left over from paying off my son's car. It will now be like what, $224 after the fact. Y'all know my whole goal for this year was to make sure I pay off my son's car. Originally, when I got my son's car, back in, what was it, March of 2021, I wanted to pay it off within a year and a half, which that would have been the case if I had stuck with my previous full-time job. But y'all, at the end of the day, just as a reminder, our health is more important than money, is more important than a job. We are seeing mass layoffs at major companies, a lot of tech companies from what I'm seeing. But at the end of the day, job security is not there, okay? And just be mindful that things come and go. Things come and go. And yeah, nothing's set in stone, okay? Income is not set in stone. A job is not set in stone. Your health is not set in stone. So yeah, we have to adjust with, the ups and downs of life and whatever life throws at us. But yeah, my whole goal was to pay it off within a year and a half. Didn't do that because obviously I was part-time. But that's okay. I didn't go back into any debt while I was part-time for those almost 2 years, between my actual part-time job and then working at Amazon and Kohl's for other income for the other parts. And then, having like 2.5 months of not working at all. I think we did pretty good. My goal, I knew I wasn't making that much this year, so I figured I was hoping that I would get around $4,000. So this is a plus. Obviously, I did get $4,000 with federal. I wasn't too sure about state, so everything worked out really, really well in my favor. And I'm able to pay off my son's car. So going into February, we no longer have a car payment. We are actually less than 2 years shy of paying the car off. We're like 2 years, 1 year, 10 months. So I guess it still means something. I'm super excited about not having an extra bill per month. That's the most thing I'm excited about. Having a paid off car is wonderful, y'all, but cars still come with maintenance. Things can go wrong. That part of me, I'm not excited. Like, how some people may get excited. Oh, I pay this off. That's not me. Life goes on. More bills come up. And I'm just happy I just don't have a line item that I have to put towards it anymore. But yeah, I will say yes. I guess I am proud of myself. Y'all know how I am. I'm not that type of like whoop whoop. I'm not that type of person. I am more grateful and thankful that I was able to do this more than anything. To still even have money left over is wonderful. You riding your bike to school? I know, Chavez. Now let's talk about one other thing. All right. I did have gap insurance on my son's car. Y'all, if y'all don't know what gap insurance is, as you purchase a car, your car value depreciates. And basically what gap insurance does, it helps cover that difference. So if your car were to get total, you owe $15,000 on it, but your car is only worth $10,000. Versus you still having to pay that $5,000 out of pocket. That's where gap insurance comes into play. So I've done the math, and give me a moment. All right. So this is not set in stone. I still have to call the company. I'll probably call them on the weekend and see what information they have to have. But my car loan was for 75 months. We are paying it off within 22 months. Once again, 1 year, 10 months. So left would have been 53 months left on my car loan. This gap insurance was $895. So basically what I just did was divide that by 75 months. So you're looking at what, $11.93 per month. So all I'm doing is just putting the months that I have left on my gap insurance or that policy. I had it for 75 months. They owe me back for 53 of those months now that I paid it off early. Times that by this amount, we're at $632.29. Refund, as I mentioned, I put a question mark because it could be a little bit more, could be a little bit less, but we're looking around $600, which I am grateful for. I will keep you guys posted on that. As I mentioned, I have not called the company just yet. Everything just updated on the my car loan website. I went through Capital One for financing, and everything has updated as of this morning saying that the car is paid off, but I have never had gap insurance on any of my previous cars, so I don't know how that works with the refund and what paperwork they may need. Is it just a simple call or do they need proof? So that's what I'll share with y'all once I find out. But yeah, y'all, two other quick things I just want to mention is that you know how I switched over my car insurance? All right, so based on here, we switched over my car insurance. So technically, you guys, they owe me for that month that I paid. They still took out, not in, okay, you know what? They did take out in January, okay? Because, how can I say it? They did take out in January when they weren't supposed to. But come to find out, it was never canceled. When I signed up with Progressive had me, you know, like doing an electronic signature saying yes, they can, you know, reach out to my farmers, whoever I was at before, and letting them know that I no longer need coverage. Anyways, I don't know what happened. Your girl woke up like a couple days ago to an email saying that my account was in a negative. And I'm like, they said, we paid it, but just make sure you put money into the account. Thank goodness it was in my gas account. So I was like in a negative like $20. So I just transferred that money from that rent savings account that I have. So I called them. They canceled the policy out as of the 27th, okay, of December. So they owe me for December's payment that I made and the new payment that they took out recently in January, which would have been for like January going into February. Yeah, so I should be getting around a check, hopefully for like what, $280, roughly around there. And this all comes to light that, you know, refund money's rolling in. I don't know what I'm gonna do with all of the extra money that's coming in. Probably just add it to savings. As you guys know, I am trying to do a 1K savings challenge, but I want it to be like, I just don't want to dump all the money into a 1K savings challenge, because every month I can meet a 1K savings challenge. Let's be honest, right? So yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'll keep you guys posted. But let's look at this, y'all. Okay, because now I'm like, girl, you don't have no extra car payment. You paid off the insurance for the past 6 months. For the next 6 months, you're 2 bills down. Okay, 2 bills down, and that's roughly around what, $450 per month. So I did a mock budget. So if we look at my paychecks as being roughly around $1,475 per month after, you know, all my taxes, 401k, house savings accounts, all of those things that are taken out, we are looking at roughly $2,950 per month. Now we have my rent, you know, my credit card. Now my credit cards are all paid off in full every month. I just put little bills on there just to keep the cards active and just showing that I am utilizing it. But if these things stay the same, once again, no insurance and no car payment, we're looking at my total fixed expenses being only $920 per month. I think that's so wonderful. It doesn't seem like much of a difference. It's not really much of a difference uh, from previous. Now, just only that those two things are removed. But I'm very, very happy about that. Um, some things can fluctuate definitely, but this is a mock budget. All right. So if we do that at $920 per month, and then we look at our variable expenses, Jamez allowance, gas, I'm putting back up to $100 because, gas prices are creeping back up, but we have food out, laundry. We got to put back in here the dogs. Their food is expensive. House items, once again, we're doing the fun and 1K savings challenge, and I thought, hey, $55 per month will be okay. And then an allowance for me. I want to start getting back to an allowance for myself. It will allow me to stay within budget and not spend $200 recklessly, not in a bad way, but if you're really looking at your bills and then you're like, man, even though you could pay it off per month, it's just like where that $200 went, And then maintenance. I had to make sure I had to put in Jamez maintenance for a haircut. Hopefully at least once a month. We'll see. But I'm budgeting it in for once every month. It should only be $40. Why I put $45? I don't know, but it should only be $40, but whatever. With all of these variable expenses, we're at $500, you guys. So this fixed expenses and variable expenses is $1,420. So technically, this is outside of Amazon, you guys. I should be able to save up roughly around $1,530 per month just from my regular job, which makes sense, makes perfect sense, because you guys have seen when I was working part-time, I rarely ever had to dip into my income tax refund money that I've set aside, besides to pay a little bit of the variable expenses. Okay. So that makes perfect sense. And you figure with my previous part-time job, throughout the month on average, I would bring in like $1,300. So this makes perfect sense. And I just put in here, can I live off one paycheck per month? So that's what I'm going to try to do for February, you guys. That's what I'm going to try to push myself to do. But I just put in here, you don't see groceries because I still have leftover food stamps, which I've already mentioned a little bit earlier in here. So hopefully this all makes sense. But these are my plans, you guys. It looks exciting, very, very exciting. But you guys know I have a car myself. I know my car needs some work on it. Per what they said last year, some things that they suggested I get done was going to be a little, I think close to probably like $1,000, $1,500 to get fixed. I like to take care of my car. I feel like my car has a couple good years still left in there, and I just want to take care of it, you guys. So even though, yes, it's fun to see, oh, this is the amount I can save. This is not to brag or anything, but I have always mentioned it. My main goal is always to keep my expenses down, okay? Because you just never know what may happen. Would I like a new car myself? All right, love you, babe. Have a good day. I would love a new car. Would I like a nice fancy new apartment? I would love that as well. But, I have to be content with what I have if I want to keep my expenses down. And I'm okay with that. Just because I'm making more money, it doesn't mean I should, try to get a new car. No. As I mentioned before, we don't know what life is going to throw at us. So if we're being smart, we'll keep our expenses low. So in these cases, like I did for myself, when I went down part-time or found a part-time job. I felt content with it. I felt at ease with it because my expenses were so low to begin with. Hopefully this covers up everything. I didn't feel the need to do multiple videos on everything. So I think within 25 minutes, I explained it really, really well. Of course, I'll keep you guys posted on everything, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a wonderful weekend, and let me know how you guys are doing. Bye.